Hello there, and welcome to this week's episode of Faith Children at Home. On today's episode, we're going to be talking about God's abundance. And abundance means to have more than enough of something, to have so much of something that you would say it's abundant. Say like, hey, Noah, how many bags of oatmeal do you have in your pantry right now? I would respond saying, I have an abundant amount of oatmeal in my pantry right now because I have 3 bags of oatmeal. Way more oatmeal than I need, but I'm going to use it. But anyway, so that I would say that I have an abundant amount of oatmeal. And so when we talk about the word abundance, when we talk about God, it's saying that God is abundant. And He has more than enough love and goodness that we could ever understand or imagine. So before we talk about this idea of God being abundant, I'm going to pass it off to Nolan out in the field for some important announcements.
Thanks, Noah. Nolan here. The only announcement I have this week is that this upcoming Saturday at 3 o'clock at the church will be our new event, Put on the New. So be sure to come in some clothes you don't mind getting a little dirty and be prepared for some exciting competition. I will see you all then. Back to you, Noah.
Thanks, Nolan, for everything that you are and everything that you do. And so let's jump in really quick to Ephesians chapter 3, verse 20 to read this verse that talks about God's abundance, God having more than enough. I'm going to start on verse 19 and read through verse 20. And to know the love of Christ that surpasses knowledge, that you may be filled with all the fullness of God. Now to Him who is able to do far more abundantly than all that we ask or think, according to the power at work within us. So these verses in Ephesians are claiming that God is more abundant in all of His ways than we could ever think about or know, or even ask in prayer. I find myself, sometimes I'm praying and I'm like, God, please help me do good on this test. Please help me play really well in this sports game I'm doing, or Let me help my day be good. And God hears about this. God knows. God hears our prayers and He listens and He cares about everything that you care about very, very deeply. But there is a part of me that thinks that God knows that we could be asking for more, that we could be wanting more of God every single day. Not saying asking for more money or asking for more success, saying asking for more of God. We need to want more of God's presence in our life, more of a relationship with Jesus in our life, and we can experience this abundance. God has more goodness than we've ever experienced. If you ever think about all the times where you have experienced God's love, God's grace, and God's goodness, there's more. There's more, there's more, there's more. And that should be really exciting, and that is exciting. And I would encourage you to think about that more and saying that God is abundant. It's the word of the day. God is abundant in all of His ways. God created the universe. He created all people in it and all things that we've ever seen. He created these things because He is abundant in love and joy for us. And He knows your circumstances, and He hears your prayers, and He knows what's going on in your life, and He encourages you to want more of Him every single day that you live. And so, today we learned that God is abundant in all of His goodness, all of His love, and all of His grace. And that we can live in that abundance by learning that we can always have more of God. That to understand more of God, to want more of a relationship with Jesus, is the greatest thing that God could ever want of us. Or is the thing that God wants the most from us. So with that, have a great rest of your Tuesday, or whatever day you're watching this video on. I love you all, and I can't wait to see you soon. Bye.